Swati, Vansh, and me, Nana. I have recently done my graduation in India and I am pursuing big data analytics in Georgian College. So, first of all, we will start our project and I will introduce you with our data set. So, let me go on our website, and the data set we have taken from the website known as data.gov. So here we are taking the data set of electric vehicle population. And in this data set, we have shown you the battery electric vehicles and the plug-in hybrid electric vehicles that are currently registered in the Washington State Department. So this is our data set. We have taken it from the google.data.gov and we are working on this project. So first of all, I will start by the introduction. The introduction includes that the electric vehicle technology is rapidly increasing in our area, and there is many plug-in hybrid and battery electric vehicles that are available in the market. The main description of our project is that we have taken the dataset from data.gov and we are going to do descriptive analysis, comparative, and another kind of analysis to predict and compare different kind of electric vehicles. The main objective is to train machine learning model and to compare different kind of electric vehicles. We need a data set that contains the electric vehicle population, and we have collected the data set which contains the historical information which we can use to analyze the electric vehicles. The main requirement is to maximize or minimize the electric range, to know about the total range, and to analyze the distribution of the make of the vehicle of state. The main scope is to compare different kind of electric vehicles and different use cases in which we will perform different analysis, comparative analysis, and we are going to predict different kinds of electric vehicle. So this is our project description and all our scope and our. Now I'm going to show you that we have our project approved by our client. This is the signature in which we have explained the project to our client and he is agree, and we are continuing working on this so that we can complete our project. So now next I am Swati. I'm going to move to you so that you can explain it further.
Hello, Professor. I am Swati Devi, and I am a group member of group number 10, and we are working on electric vehicle population. So here is our midterm presentation, and we have 4 members in our group: Vijeta, Swati, Vansh, and me, and Nana. So for the second slide, we have the table of contents, in which we have the project introduction, project overview, project phase, weekly status updates, challenges, and the project cost that we have to include in our midterm presentation for this week. Next, we have to move on the introduction. And electric vehicle technology has changed rapidly, and now these days we mainly have the plug-in hybrids and the battery electric vehicle options that are available on the market. On the next slide, we have the project overview. We can analyze the electric vehicle population, and we are analyzing this project from the beginning of this subject, in which we can predict and compare the different electric vehicles. The next phase is like the project phase, in which we have 3 phases, and we have the requirement, design, and the development phase. In the requirement phase, we have selected the data set. Like before, we have a different data set, that is fraud fraud banking, and then it was from Kaggle, so we have to change because the Kaggle website is not a like trusted website. Then for this one, we have selected the electric vehicle population, that is from data.gov, in which we taken this data set. The next phase is the documentation, and that is design phase, in which we have like made the final proposal and we have the approved project charter for that. For the third one, in the it's the development phase that we are working on, like we are analyzing the data, we are cleaning the data, and we are adding the things that we have to add, and also clearing the things that we don't need in this data set. The next part is the data cleaning. We did this by entering the code, in which we have cleared the things or the clean the things that we are not needed in the data set. Then we check for the null values in the next slide. In the next one, we have taken all the columns and we have examined all the missing values in the columns, and this shows us the missing values in there. For the next slide, we have checked the column data types, that whether the data type is the object type or is it the integer type, like the country will be the object, the city will be the object type, the postal code is in the integer form. Then we also try to replace the missing values with the null values. In the next slide, we have checked the unique values of the columns, like which of the column have some unique values in there. Next, in the next slide, we have selected the required columns, like the on which we can analyze, on which we can take the things, like we can work on more on them, and we can get some result after analyzing the data. So we have chosen the make, the model, the electric range, the state, and the model year for our dataset so that we can analyze it. The next we have tried to find the correlation between all the variables, and we have chosen all the columns from our dataset. Next is the heat map to show the correlation between the variables. Like a heat map is a two-dimensional representation of a data in which values are represented by colors. So here all of our the columns are there, and here is the like value for the correlation, like is only in the 0.4 0.20 in that format, and here we can see the heat map that shows us the different colors. In the next we have the descriptive analysis, in which we try to do some visualization by using the Power BI software. The first one is the sum of electric range by model year, and it shows the electric range that is increasing per year in the format of model. The next one is the maximum electric range by model, like it shows the electric range per model, how much it gives. The next one is the count of make by state and make, like which state are making which type of the vehicles. And then the last one is the count of make by country, like which country is making the which one. The next slide that we have to add is the project cost, which have the budget of our project is like the actual cost we have for that is $3,500, and the overall budget will be the like maximum the value of the project cost will be $10,000. Next slide includes the challenges. Initially, we changed the dataset as I mentioned before that it is not from our trusted websites, and we have to research on the data cleaning phase more because we haven't did any of like our team member haven't did it before, and still we are working on that and trying to cover it up. So next step will in the next weeks we will try to make more proper visualization and dashboard by using the Power BI software, and we'll also try to use a predictive analysis model for that. And thank you, that's all from my side. Now Vijeta will continue to show the data cleaning that she did.
And we have taken our electric vehicle population data CSV file, and now I'm going to run it. And we can see the top 5 rows as we run it. And so to see the bottom 5 rows, we need to run this command, run this code. These are our bottom 5 rows. And to check the null values, we need to run this code. Yeah. If it is true, there is a null value here. And to check the columns, these are our columns. And you can see the list here. And to see the missing values, we run this code. So this is a percentage of the missing values. It is approximately 0.000733%. So we have negligible missing values. And to check the data types, we run this code. So object here object is a mixed type. Like it can be string or any. It is mostly string. And here are the int values and float value. And in order to replace the null values with 0, we run this code so that if we run this code, you can see the 0.0, like null values are replaced by 0. And this is a code to check the unique value. So I'm going to check the unique values for each and every column. So these are the unique values. So yeah, now you can see the correlation matrix. Yeah. Like now my teammate Vansh will continue.
Yeah, thank you, Vijeta. So, good evening, Professor. Myself, Vansh, I'm the fourth member of the group, and I'm a graduate in bachelor's in computer applications. So, I will be showing you the SharePoint. I'll be briefing you about the SharePoint of our group. So, as you can see, this is the homepage of our SharePoint, and we created multiple tabs. Our topic is electrical vehicle population, and you can see we created multiple tabs, like 4 tabs, sorry. The MRP high level task list, the timesheets, action items, and the minutes of meetings, right? So first I'll go through the MRP high level task list. So in this list, you can see that the topic, which is the electric vehicle population, and the various phases. The requirement phase, which includes finding a new data set, review of a SharePoint, and the gathering of the requirements related to this data set. And then the design phase, which includes the final project proposal, the updated charter, the approval of the project charter, and the final analysis of, finding the analysis of the questions. We went through this data set. And at last, the development phase, which includes all the data cleaning, data analysis, and the required correlation between the columns. So this was the MRP high-level task list. Now I'll go through the action items. Action items shows that on which group member worked on which part of the group, which part of the some worked on the project charter, and there's a description also mentioned, and in all the budgeted hours and the related tasks that which shows that to which phase it is related to, and the data cleaning, requirement gathering, and final project proposal, review of the SharePoint, as well as the finding questions related to the data set. And then I'll go through the descriptions of the action items. You can see that we used data.gov for finding a new data set, as mentioned. And for data cleaning, we used Jupyter Notebook. And to review all that, we all found the questions related to looking into the data sets and discussed it about these questions. And now I'll go to the next tab, which is the timesheet. Timesheet shows that how much time we have devoted to each of the work, which shows, you can see the columns in which it is that showing the deliverables and the project phases, in which phase the project went through, and the task we did, and whom it was assigned to, and the dates as well. So you can see all of that. And after that, at last, there's the minutes of meeting. So in this, it shows every week we had a meeting. We discussed about our data set, our project, and we went through various challenges and how we cover up those challenges.